Hey, what's going on, my friend? This is Matthew Hamill with Modern Kitchen Pros, and today's video is all about modern kitchen cabinets. Now, one of the first things that I want to do before you watch any more of this video is kind of define modern kitchen cabinets, because some people have a little bit of a different definition than what we would consider, and it's fine, but we just want to clarify before you watch any further and make sure that you're watching the right video. So, first, some people define modern kitchen cabinet as cabinets that have hidden hinges and that have the frameless style to them. They're very European looking, but they're still shaker doors and raised panel doors, a little bit more traditional doors, things like that. Now, even though those are modern as far as the times are concerned, and they're more of an updated look rather than a more modern style, this video is not about those cabinets. Even though they're updated, they're still considered closer to the traditional side of things, which is not a problem, just not this video today. Now, this video is all about modern kitchen cabinets that have the frameless style with the slab doors, right? The flat doors with the high gloss finishes, the beautiful high gloss whites and grays, and even the more exotic colors like the blues and the oranges and the lime greens and things like that. This is for somebody who's looking for a really ultra modern, kitchen cabinet, right? So just wanted to be clear so that way you don't waste your time watching this video. The first thing I want to touch on is some of the brands for modern kitchen cabinets, right? So there's a lot of companies that are now starting to build operations here in the States that are coming from Germany and from Spain and things like that. And they sell absolutely beautiful cabinets. Now, full disclosure, we sell our own line of modern kitchen cabinets. Our legal team has advised us not to name names because we may come off as kind of speaking against these brands, but you can kind of do the research on your own and find out who they are when we start talking about price points and things like that. So, but yeah, a lot of these brands are coming over from Germany, from Spain. They're bringing beautiful cabinetry over. But here's the crazy thing. The biggest difference on these brands, right, is the price point. I've seen a 10 by 10 kitchen, a 10 by 10, which is half the size of this room. I know you can't see the room, but half the size of this room, go for $100,000 just for the cabinets. Didn't include labor on the cabinets, didn't include anything else in the kitchen. It was $100,000 just for the cabinet materials, right? And then they charge anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 for labor to install the cabinets. But that's just cabinet labor install. That has nothing to do with, demolition, countertops, lighting, backsplash, none of that stuff. So they're really expensive. They're beautiful cabinets, right? Absolutely beautiful cabinets, but you'll see here in a second that the material that's being used, it's all MDF, right? And there's a lot of companies that are using a medium density fiberboard, also known as particle board, with their cabinets. It's very affordable, it's a great material, it's strong material, but it's the same material. And why would you spend $100,000 on and this could be you, right? Maybe you want the brand, maybe you love the brand, maybe you love the service. It's why I drive a Mercedes, right? I loved the service that I had on the lot with Mercedes. At the end of the day, it's still a vehicle with four wheels, right? It gets me from A to B. So, but it just depends on your flavor, right? Now, if you want a modern look, and this video is really about getting that modern look without dropping that kind of money, right? Some of the options that we're going to discuss today are a little bit more higher end than stuff that you would buy off the shelf at Lowe's or Home Depot or things like that. But it's not going to be something that you really have to take out a second mortgage on or make 7 figures a year to have, right? But you have those companies. And there's quite a few of them. Some of them have big brands. If you're from the UK, if you're from Germany, if you're from Spain, if you're familiar with any of that stuff, you'll know exactly the brands I'm talking about, right? So you have those. And then you have brands that are made actually here in the US, which would be something like our line of cabinets. There's a couple of people that do this, but I can give you an example for our cabinets, right? So the biggest difference between ours and somebody else is that we actually use real wood, plywood boxes, right? So our frames are plywood boxes and they're sturdy as heck. We offer all of the soft close hinges, all the soft close drawer glides, plus we offer 30 different colors ranging from high gloss white to high gloss gray, high gloss blue. We have wood veneer finishes. We have metallic finishes, for a brushed bronze or a stainless or things like that. We got some cool colors. I'm actually putting a link below this video. If you want to see some samples, you can actually order a sample kit below. Just click the link, sign up, and we'll ship one out to you, no problem. But to give you an example on price point, we have the same quality materials, like all the hardware that's being used on the high-end cabinets, the $100,000 for a 10 by 10, it's Blum hardware, right? Blum hardware is the best. They make an amazing product, and it's what everybody is using. We're using the exact same hardware in our cabinets, and a 10 by 10 that they would charge 100 grand for, we would only charge, depending on options, maybe 10,000, maybe 8,000. But it's a world of difference in price compared to some of the higher end names. Now let's discuss a little bit about the styles of these modern kitchen cabinets, right? Again, I've already mentioned some of the high gloss. These are the most popular right now. They're beautiful. Everybody loves them, but there are a few other options that you can choose from. We have some wood grain, like a wood veneer finish, right? We've got them in black, we've got them in brown, we have it in zebra wood. I mean, there's so many different options to choose from. But there's also a metallic line where you have your brushed bronze, your stainless steels. We have a woven aluminum. There's a lot of cool colors to check out, right? So those are some of the style options. As far as functionality is concerned, you can definitely expect between our line of cabinets and some of the higher end line of cabinets, all of the pull-out functionalities, right? The soft close drawers, the soft close doors, all of the lazy Susans, the corner pull-out cabinets, the magic corner pull-out cabinets, all of the bells and whistles that you can expect from a higher end cabinet company, we're offering at a fraction of the price, literally. It's the same exact hardware, and it's crazy. I know I'm hounding on this, but it's the same exact hardware that these other guys are charging 10 times more for. So just to give you an understanding of, there are other options out there. Our line is, we've been pretty quiet up until shooting this video. We've been coming up with new colors and testing new options with our clients locally here in SoCal, but now we're starting to ship across the United States and even into Canada. So we've got a lot of options for a lot of people. You don't need to be here in California to experience the beauty and the style of these cabinets. Now, something that's becoming more and more popular, especially in places like, obviously here in California, but in Miami, in New York, is combining the colors of the cabinets. So a lot of times you'll have one color on the top, and then your base cabinets are a completely different color. Or you'll have a solid color for, let's say, your top and your bottom, but the island is an accented color, and it almost makes the island look like a piece of furniture in your kitchen rather than just an island, right? And if you're going for a more modern look, that's something that adds tremendous aesthetic value to your kitchen remodel. And the last thing I want to touch on today is lead times and shipping. Now, a lot of these manufacturers, the higher end ones, the medium grade ones, you have lead times of anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks, right? So you're kind of stuck sitting and waiting for these cabinets to be manufactured and to be delivered. Not to mention, you still have to have somebody out to install them, right? So you're probably looking at anywhere from 10 to 14 weeks to have cabinets from order to installation. Now, for our cabinet line, we actually have a 7-day lead time on our manufacturing. We have a ginormous, if that's a word, a ginormous facility out here in Los Angeles, and we are constantly manufacturing doors, drawers, cabinet frames, all that fun stuff 24 hours a day. And we have our system set up in such a way that we can produce cabinet orders within about 7 days. They're ready to be shipped. They're palletized, wrapped, and ready to be shipped within about 7 days. Now, I've shipped cabinets, the furthest so far has been to New York. It was actually up towards Buffalo, so towards the northern side of New York. And when we shipped them there, it took about 6 to 7 days. So, and it was shipped via freight, but it took 6 to 7 days to get there from Los Angeles. So total lead time for my client in New York was about 2 weeks, which is way better, especially if you're a real estate investor or you just don't want to be under construction for that long. A lead time of 2 weeks versus 10 to 14 weeks is a ton of money back in your pocket, right? Let's say you start demo on your kitchen and you're waiting 10 to 12 weeks or 10 to 14 weeks for your cabinets to show up. You can expect to be eating out every single day for the next 10 to 14 weeks, or you're going to be barbecuing every single day. I mean, unless you have a separate kitchen in your house somewhere, you're going to be spending a lot of money on food and time to go to those restaurants or sitting in those restaurants. It's just a huge expense that you don't have to deal with if you really don't want to. Now, if you want the higher end line and you want the brand name, and you know, it's a sense of pride, right? It's a sense of ownership. If you want that, perfect, by all means. Find those brands and use them. But in our experience, most people looking for modern kitchen cabinets are looking for the beauty, without the crazy expense and without the crazy lead time. And if you have any other questions on modern kitchen cabinets, simply leave them in the comment section below this video, or you can leave them on our blog. You can call us, you can email us. There's multiple ways to get in contact with us, and we'd be more than happy to help. Again, this is Matthew Hamill with Modern Kitchen Pros, and I hope you have a phenomenal day.